Nations League is in its fourth match day of excitement. And today, for the second time this season, the Cayman Islands play host to a League C Group B encounter from the Truman Bodden Sports Complex in the lovely capital, Georgetown, on the western side of the Caribbean. Cayman versus the U.S. Virgin Islands. Pitch conditions, a 49% chance of rain, slightly overcast conditions, 82 degrees Fahrenheit, and a lovely wind at 14 miles per hour coming across this ground. It's a 3,000-seater stadium. And of course, these teams played to an exciting 2-all draw on match day 1 this season earlier in St. Croix. This is how the table looks. Aruba on top, 2 wins from 2, defeating both Cayman and the U.S. Virgin Islands once. And Cayman and the U.S. Virgin Islands, of course, playing to that exciting 2-all draw. And all to play for here. The U.S. Virgin Islands have never defeated the Cayman Islands before in 3 previous attempts. And both teams still looking to register their first win of the season. Exciting stuff to come. Anthems, starting lineups, and kickoff coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the 2023-2024 Concacaf Nations League Group Match, the national teams of the U.S. Virgin Islands and the Cayman Islands. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of the U.S. Virgin Islands, to be followed by the national anthem of the Cayman Islands. Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, today's starting lineups for the Cayman Islands.
So the Cayman Islands playing host to the US Virgin Islands. US Virgin Islands still looking for their first victory against Cayman. 3 attempts before in the head-to-head. Twice they met in 2019. It was a 1-0 and 2-0 victories respectively for the Cayman Islands. And then of course on the 7th of September of this season in match day 1, a 2-all draw. This is how the host will line up. They will be playing a 4-5-1 formation. A new captain as well wearing the armband. Look out for Joshua Challery, their number 5, as well as players to watch. Elijah Seymour with his 6th cap, plays his football in Canada and wearing the number 7. And of course Zachary Scott with his 4th appearance.
Number 23, Jabari Campbell. The head coach for the Cayman Islands national team is Claudio Garcia. And the starting lineup for the U.S. Virgin Islands, in goal, number 1, Dylan Ramos. Number 2, Jeff Blaska. Number 3, Captain Joshua Ramos. Number 4, Matthew Roth. Number 8, Jimson St. Louis. Number 10, James Mack III. Number 11, Orion Mills. Number 16, Gasol Green. Number 17, Lionel Brown. Number 18, Quinn Farrell. Number 21, Daniel Perez. And the head coach for the U.S. Virgin Islands, Shiva Damiano. Our officials for today's match, our head referee is Randy Encarnacion. Our first assistant referee, Raimundo Felix. Our second assistant referee, Walter Sid. Our 4th official for the match is Tristley Basu. And our match commissioner for today is Gwen Salmon.
New captains for this one as well. USVI coming forward. That was deflected. Will be, or was it? No, actually will be a goal kick to the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands looking for their first win in 2 seasons. Last season in the Champions League, they finished second in Group D to the Cayman Islands, but they didn't win a game. 2 draws and 2 losses, while scoring 3 goals and conceding 10. Attempted flick pass, doesn't come off. Chance for Cayman to attack yet again. Nunes out wide, lots of space on the wide area into the 6-yard box, and it's cleared. Shadane Alexander with the ball into the area. Cayman with the possession. They haven't been in action since the 11th of September, where they lost by 2-1 to Aruba. US Virgin Islands a lot more recent in terms of their play. Their match against Aruba came on October 14th, just 3 days ago. Yet it's the Cayman Islands who have started the sharp of the 2 teams. Scott into the air, chance! And it's blocked. Opportunity for Nunes, who was the lone goal scorer in that match against Aruba, Christopher Nunes. As the USVI look to counter. That's out of play. Cayman controlling the tempo of the game so far. Currently ranked 36th in Concacaf, the Cayman Islands. 41 nations in Concacaf, ranked nations. US Virgin Islands currently ranked 40th out of the 41. Here go Cayman again, long searching ball. Comes on the edge of the area, chance to shoot. And Seymour's attempt is blocked. Shaller, the captain, inside. Cayman having things their way so far. Searching for Seymour. Seymour with it. Chance to shoot again. Seymour over the top. The referee's whistle did go before that. Will be a free kick to the Cayman Islands in the 6th minute of play. It's actually going to be a drop ball, isn't it? Yeah. There is James Mack, the third. Leading goal scorer for the US Virgin Islands. They're number 10. Plays his football with Napier City Rovers in New Zealand. Forward by Seymour. Finds Nunes. Nunes shows good skill. Nunes onto the left foot. Nunes with a strike. Well saved by Ramos. Well, that was really good skill from Christopher Nunes. And the danger Not thwarted yet. Into the area. That delivery from Scott. And it pulls Nunes wide. Nunes testing the capabilities of Dylan Ramos, who was equal to the task. 22 years of age, the U.S. Virgin Islands custodian. Just his second appearance. Seymour doing a little bit too much, gives it up. St. Louis making the overlapping run. And the play is broken up. Chance for Cayman to come forward. Here's Nunes all alone. Looking to use his speed against the back line was Nunes, but illegally tugging on the shoulder. Here's that opportunity for Nunes a few minutes ago. Good skill to cut onto the left foot. That was certainly on target into the far triangle. And two strong palms on it from Dylan Ramos to push it wide. Now a chance for US Virgin Islands into the area. Lovely chance, strike towards the far post. Not enough power behind it. And this time Lambert called into action for the first time. Not the best defending from the Cayman Islands, and that chance fell to Matthew Roth. Plays his football in the US, does Roth, with Northwest Mississippi. Gray. Now back to the captain, Shallery. Heavy touch from Scott, turns it over, but pegged back quite a bit are the US Virgin Islands. There's one play up front in the likes of Roth. And maybe asking him to do a bit too much, needs help. 10 players behind the ball for the US Virgin Islands, and not transitioning quickly either. Okay. They will have a free kick though. This was a foul on Perez. Seymour, the guilty party. Twelfth minute of play. Cayman with the possession again. Long pass from Gray, and that actually will stay in play. I think the wind helping. Nunes committing the foul yet again. Christopher Nunes plays his football in the Cayman Islands with Elite Sports Club. Long searching pass, and that's well over hit. Hitting with the breeze are the Virgin Islands, so they'll have to alter their weight of pass. Very slow build-up from the Cayman Islands. Scored just 3 goals so far this season, the Cayman Islands. Conceded 4 from their 2 matches. Virgin Islands have scored 3 as well, but they have conceded 5. And hence they sit a place below. Both teams with a point. Cayman looking to drive forward and leaving the ball behind was Bonilla. Here goes Scott driving forward. Has Seymour for company. Seymour cutting onto his favored right foot. Nice pass to Nunes. Back to Scott. Scott into the air towards the back post. Chance. And dangerous play from Christopher Nunes. It will be a free kick. Again, very patient and innovative. The build up from the Cayman Islands. Just thought here where he dropped the shoulder that he might have gone for a left-footed strike. Did Zachary Scott, but tried to play in his teammate. And Nunes went for the scissors kick instead of maybe going with his head. Into the 15th minute. Still looking for the first goal. On match day 1, this fixture produced 4 goals. 3 of them coming in the first half. Whistle on the play. There's the coach of Cayman, Claudio Garcia. And you can see, well, US Virgin Islands with 61% of the possession. Seymour on the edge of the 18. Good skills showed by Cayman so far. Trying to force a shot. Oh, it's a chance, and there's the first goal! Elijah Seymour, and the pressure has told on the US Virgin Islands. And yet again, the Cayman Islands take the lead against the USPI. This time, Dylan Ramos could do nothing about it. Seymour with his first senior goal, and it was a good finish from the number 7. Strength here, playing a nice one 2 out wide. Patience, and it came back to Zachary Scott, who will pick up the assist as well. Just using the defender as a guide was Elijah Seymour, and in his 7th cap for the Cayman Islands, he gets his first goal. 1-0 Cayman in the 17th minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, goal for the Cayman Islands. Scored by number 7, Elijah Seymour.
Well, on the 7th of September in the 2-all draw, the Cayman Islands did open the scoring in the 16th minute. Now they've opened it in the 17th. Can they maintain their lead and build on it? In that first match, the US Virgin Islands came roaring back to take a 2-1 lead eventually at the end of the first half. Only to concede a few minutes later. That match ended 2-2 in an exciting encounter in St. Croix. Work for the visitors to do. They really have struggled to keep the ball so far, the US Virgin Islands. It's been mostly Cayman. Referee Encarnacion not really happy with the challenge coming in from Ramirez. What can the US Virgin Islands build here? Getting a few more players forward, but that pass is inaccurate. And it's broken up yet again. This man, Zachary Scott, has done well in terms of controlling the middle. Creative player, that's a poor pass. So, from Bonilla, and gives up a throw. Jordan Bonilla. Throw for the US Virgin Islands. Trailing by a goal to nil. Into the area. And a whistle on the play. That wouldn't have counted even if it had found the back of the net. 31-year-old official from the Dominican Republic. Done a few games at this level now. He's been a FIFA man since 2018. Long searching pass. Here comes Scott. Lots of good things have happened for the Cayman Islands when he's on the ball, Scott. Very calm. Back to him now. To the goal scorer, Seymour. Cayman Islands sharing the ball well. Into the area, and it's cleared. Bonilla, searching pass. Will it find the intended target of Alexander? Does, but goalkeeper Ramos is there. Long searching pass from the US Virgin Islands as well. There's been a big gap between their defense line and their forwards, and so forced to play the long ball. A lot more cohesive play and build up from the Cayman Islands. Their midfield very active. Here goes the USVI with space on the wide side. Well, tried to show his skill, did Orion Mills. Play broken up. 21 years of age, Mills. Does have a goal for the Virgin Islands. Just put it through the legs there of Bonilla. Referee telling both players to calm down. That's the goal scorer, Seymour, as well. Doesn't want to give away a penalty after just scoring. And that throw is not good enough. It comes to Senior, who has an easy clearance. You can see the strength of the wind there, just blowing that ball back towards Nunes. 14 miles an hour currently. And good tackle coming in from the captain. He'll win a throw. Ramos, 23-year-old captain, 13 appearance for the Virgin Islands. Again, overhitting that pass, but they still win a throw. Cameron Gray puts it into touch. Plays his football for Ascot United in the lower tiers of England. Does Cameron Gray. Long throw. This time it gets the distance. Flicked into the area, but it will be easy for Lambert. He'll hope that the rest of the afternoon will be routine like that. Long clearance. Again, you can see that kick hanging in the wind. As we see yet another free kick. Tibbetts brought down. Just trying to move away was Tibbetts from St. Louis. And he was tripped. Cayman with the ball. They have the goal as well. A 17th minute strike from Elijah Seymour. Here's Zachary Scott. Nice kill. Playing 1-2 with Seymour. Then out wide now to Alexander. A lot of the attacks coming down this left-hand side. Play is now broken up, but they don't have many options going forward, the Virgin Islands. Nice pass to Nunes, who looks to do a few step overs. And there was a challenge coming in from Quinn Farrell. Might have been slightly offside was Nunes, who certainly has some pace about him. And the first cooling break of the game. In the 27th minute, Cayman Islands leading by 1-0. Victory important for both these two teams if they are to test the leading position of Aruba, who will lead this group with 6 points from 2 matches. Only the top team from the group to be promoted to League B next season. And this was a moment that changed it all. Coming to Zachary Scott, and Zachary Scott with a nice flick pass to Seymour. And Seymour, even though he had 2 defenders around him, was still able to place that beautifully beyond Dylan Ramos in the goal. And a well-deserved lead for Cayman. There he is, a 24-year-old Seymour, with his first goal for the Cayman Islands. Both himself and Zachary Scott at the attacking end of things have been very involved for this Cayman team. Added conversations going on between Tibbetts and Bonilla. Both playing in the middle of the park for Cayman. Cayman Islands overall FIFA ranking at 196. Lost 3 places to where they were at earlier this year. And they've been as high as 127. But that was back in 1995 as they look to drive forward yet again. And the play is broken up. How they would love to get back to that kind of ranking and even above. But you'd like to think that they would have to be winning this group and moving into League B. What a ball put into the area, and Ramos is off his line quickly to punch it away. Shaggy-haired Dylan Ramos. Somewhat a hairstyle. Remember the likes of David Luiz, the Brazilian defender, who had that kind of hairstyle. He might have more work to do again. Dylan Ramos as Cayman build another attack. Here is Alexander. Hasn't been very involved as the likes of Campbell. And again, the challenge is coming in from Seymour. It was a ball in the box from Jabari Campbell, who we haven't seen many of those overlapping runs on the right flank from him, because both Scott here and Seymour have been building most of things from the left-hand side instead. And this could be dangerous. Was it Gray who was waiting on his goalkeeper Lambert, who took forever to come off his line, Lambert, and made Matthew Roth a lot more interested. Well, that's a two-footed challenge and a dangerous one. And probably looking at to go into the book. He's playing the victim there, but that was a dangerous tackle from Farrell on Nunes. And might have taken a blow to the face. Well, so far, referee Encarnacion has kept the cards in the pocket. Here's the incident. That was the initial challenge. And then this one, that was dangerous. Two-footed all along the ground, yes. And then inadvertently the boot from Nunes catching him in the face. Looks like he's going to be okay, Quinn Farrell. A bit of blood there as well. Catching him. I thought it was in the nose, but it looks like his mouth was cut. In and around the lip region. Anyhow, he's off for now to get treatment. US Virgin Islands will play with 10. Free kick. Into the air, a dangerous ball, but Dylan Ramos is there. Haven't really found their footing yet, the US Virgin Islands. They have been pegged back right throughout this half. 32 minutes gone. Not really able to create a good opportunity yet. Have barely been able to get out of their half, in fact. What can they do here? Here's Mills, trying to use his strength. The captain, Joshua Ramos, sorry. And here go Cayman again. They certainly get forward with purpose. That's a lovely ball over the top. Finds Ramirez into the area. Turns well. Chance for Nunes. The first touch isn't good from the Cayman number 9. And they will have a throw. That was an excellent overlapping run from Alexander Clark Ramirez. And it was a smart play inside to Nunes, but his touch had to be better. There it was from Nunes. That's just too heavy. And that was a poor challenge as well. Studs up. And lucky as well not to be booked. Giba Damiano, the head coach of the US Virgin Islands. Been with now 46 years of age. Damiano, born in Brazil. Here's a coach. There's more of the Cayman coaching staff. Yeah. Majority of the possession for the Cayman Islands at 53%. US Virgin Islands has had 47, and I think that's pretty generous as well. They really have been able to do nothing with it. They have been on the defensive right from the get-go. All 11 players at times in their own half. Can they get forward now? Mills. St. Louis. That's into the area. Wasn't a bad ball, but nobody in a yellow shirt able to collect it. Jet Blashka, who was sent off in the 2-all draw. Picked up 2 yellow cards, did Blashka, nearing the end of the game. Would have missed the game against Aruba, so back in the starting lineup now. And yeah, the yellow card is out, and Jordan Bonilla picks it up. And referee Encarnacion saying too many of those kind of challenges. Yeah, challenge from behind a bit wild as well. Bonilla into the book.
Ladies and gentlemen, yellow card issued.
Still the lead for Cayman. Coming in the 17th minute from Elijah Seymour. Their number 7, his first of the season. And he was well assisted by Zachary Scott. Their number 10.
In the 37th minute.
Cayman will think that with all the pressure they have applied to this US Virgin Islands team, they should probably have a further lead. A couple of really good half chances, which they didn't make the most of. And here it's given away again. Here goes Scott. And gives it away, Scott. Held it a little bit too long and was well tackled. You see Damiano on the edge of his touchline, wants more from his team. Has been the head coach since 2019. Damiano, 4 years now. Free kick for the USVI. Again, Cayman with most of the possession, and they build again. Here's a speedy Nunes into the area, and had that pass, had a bit more pace behind it. I'm sure it would have found the right foot of Seymour, who would have been able to add a second. Virgin Islands looking to counter. Mills, pass over the top, can't beat the captain in Shallery. Long distance strike that is blocked. Blashka. Probably the best spell that from the Virgin Islands in the first half. Now this pass finds Nunes. Nunes, intelligent runs. Lovely pass by Seymour. And there's a challenge on Nunes. Came an appeal for a penalty. And no, says referee Encarnacion. The Dominican Republic referee not convinced from the challenge, by the challenge. I don't think there was much in it either. Nice dink over the top from Seymour. And yeah, it was always going to be difficult to get in between the two defenders there, Nunes. I actually think that was strong defending from the Virgin Islands back line. Just about 5 minutes to go in the first half. 1-0 the scoreline. And this would take Cayman up to 4 points if it ends this way at the end of the game. 2 behind Aruba, having played a game more. You'd like to think that any of these teams looking to get a place in League B next season will have to gain 3 points here. A draw here, and it basically seals Aruba as the group winners. They currently have 6 points, with both these teams on 1. And just 1 match day for each of these teams after this game. So both must win. Free kick. US Virgin Islands wasting a bit of time here, and they're the ones that need to get on with this. They trail. Long throw looking for Mills. A bit of a ping-pong battle at the moment. Shallery, the captain, comes out and concedes a throw. Joshua Frederick Shallery, 26 years of age. Dreadlocked number 5. He'll have to do some defending here again. Does get his head to it. And his goalkeeper Lambert collects easily. foul into the back of Nunes. Nunes has put in a good shift in the first half. Intelligent runs. He's been a good link-up player for the team as well, with the likes of Scott and Seymour. Here he is again in the thick of things. He's pushed by goalkeeper Ramos. And well, making himself a nuisance again. He thinks he should have had a free kick or a penalty from that. The referee says no. I certainly like the work rate from Nunes. Just think he needs to fine-tune his touches in that 18-yard area, and he'll probably get a few more goals. Christopher Nunes scored once already this season. It came against Aruba in the 2-1 loss. Another whistle on the play. The 19-year-old Matthew Roth committing the infringement. Committing the foul. Few more spectators have come in here at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex. And their team has the lead. Here's a chance inside here for Alexander. And I was a bit surprised that Alexander wasn't flagged offside. That should have been 2-0. What a chance. As we come to the end of the first half, 3 minutes of stoppages to be played. And Jadane Alexander with a glorious opportunity. Well saved in the end by Ramos, who was brave. Yet to score for his country, Alexander, as his shot is on target. And again, it has to produce the best from Dylan Ramos. Might just have been going wide from Zachary Scott, but Ramos was taking no chances, and he concedes yet another corner. This was a strike. It was on target, you know, from Scott. And Ramos, that ball bouncing just in front of him, did well. Now corner towards the area. Again, Ramos is strong with his punch. And the ball is cleared, and it will be out of bounds and a throw into Cayman. Oh, how they would love to add another before the end of the first half with all this pressure that they have applied. Cayman with the ball, and they have the lead, and again they look to attack the right hand side of the US Virgin Islands defense. Their fans will certainly be happy with the performance thus far. We're in the capital of Cayman, Georgetown it is, at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex. Capacity of 3,000 here. I'm sure they'll be hoping that more persons turn up for the second half, the Cayman Islands, especially when they hear that they have gained a lead in this game. Ramirez down the left-hand side, right-hand side, and that will be out for a corner yet again. Just about 30 seconds to go. Heads hanging for the US Virgin Islands, but they still have a lot of work to do and a lot of time still to get back into this one. Bonilla with the delivery towards the near post, and it will be out for yet another corner, and not enough time to take it. Referee Encarnacion blows his whistle. And it's a 1-0 lead for the hosts after 45 minutes. A goal scored by Elijah Seymour, their number 7, 24 years of age, and his first goal at this level after 45 minutes. It's Cayman 1, the US Virgin Islands 0, League C, Group B action. So here we go. Bonilla into the area. Heads go up, chance. And well, just 6-yard area. So Nunes driving forward, a strike towards the far corner there. And it was well saved by Dylan Ramos. And yeah, Christopher Nunes very busy in that first half. The number 9 as Cayman applied the pressure. This one of the best opportunities. Matthew Roth into the area and was able to get off a strike. Didn't really test Lambert that much. And that was the best of the chances for the US Virgin Islands and 19-year-old Ramos. And then the goal coming from Elijah Seymour. just placing it, bending it around the defenders, and Dylan Ramos between the sticks as well. His first of the season, his first of his senior career, and the 24-year-old, after 17 minutes, giving the host the lead. Cayman would continue to come forward. Zachary Scott, a lovely pass towards the back post, and Dylan Ramos was quick off his line there and did well. He had a pretty good half, did Dylan Ramos, even though he couldn't stop that initial goal, but he saved quite a few others. Then Nunes looking to get in the thick of things again, and strong defending on this occasion, just ensuring that the Cayman number 9 couldn't cause the goal any danger. Nunes again busy. It fell to Alexander, who probably should have put that around Ramos, but again, credit to the goalkeeper, coming out, making himself big, and getting it done. Then this strike towards the near post from Zachary Scott. He was unsighted for some time, was Ramos, but again, making the important save. Cayman certainly on the front foot in the first half, and a deserved 1-0 lead. Bonilla into the area. Heads go up, chance, and well, just blocked there. So the officials and players getting ready for the second half of this one. The Cayman Islands in their red with blue trim. If you're just joining us, leading by a goal to nil. Elijah Seymour with a 17th minute strike. And the US Virgin Islands in their yellow and white have lots of work to do. Of course, this is League C, Group B. Cayman Islands currently in second position in the group. US Virgin Islands in third. Aruba leading the group with 6 points. A victory needed by both of these teams in order to keep their chance alive of winning Group B and getting a place next season in League B. Of course, this is a 2023-24 Concacaf Nations League. 3 leagues, League A, B, and C. A being the highest. And the defending champions in this overall competition, the United States of America. Second half action. And here we go here at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex in Georgetown, Cayman.
Coming into the game, number 5, Kershaw.
US Virgin Islands with quite a bit of work to do. Not much for them in the first half, just 1 strike on target from Matthew Roth. And really, apart from that, they had nothing going forward. It was all the Cayman Islands. And if anything, the Cayman Islands and their coach, Claudio Garcia, might be a bit disappointed that they weren't able to add another goal or more. There's been a change. Perez is out. Marcelin brought in for the US Virgin Islands. Kirsan Marcelin brought in. And Kidaniel Perez taken out. Haven't seen much change to their formation though, the US Virgin Islands. A 4-4-2 is what they play. That 2-man front line has been non-existent in the first 45 minutes. They will need a better showing, and they'll need to restrict that man, Christopher Nunes, who's been causing lots of problems for them thus far. Here he is, and he'll win his team a corner to start the second half. Jordan Bonilla to take it. Bonilla towards the near post. Not the best delivery. Cayman now kicking with the breeze. And that pass is overhit and it will be out for a throw. Cayman looking for their first victory in 2 seasons. Nothing in the winners column last season of the Nations League. And this their 3rd game. They're still looking for a victory as well. Another substitution as well. Orion Mills was taken out, their number 11, and brought on Roger Joseph, their number 15, the Virgin Islands. So 2 changes. Roger Joseph has scored once already in his career. And they need goals, the US Virgin Islands. A victory for either of these, and it will set up a nice final day matchup with Aruba with all to play for. Aruba, of course, still have 2 games left, one against each of these countries, and already completing a victory over both. Bit of a collision there. Both players seem to be all right. Quite a few matches scheduled for today. Antigua and Barbuda drew 2-2 with the Bahamas. That match is at full time. That was a League B match with the Bahamas and Antigua and Barbuda. 2-2 after 90 minutes. Free kick here for the Cayman Islands, a poor one. And yet it's given away. Here goes Scott. Scott was excellent in the first half. Looking to get the return pass from Tibbetts. And his pass not of the same quality. Now the US Virgin Islands with so many players back. Some 10 players in their own half, the US Virgin Islands. So very hard for them to transition quickly and counter. Here they go now. Lots of pace down the right-hand side. More players forward. And the captain, Challery, is there to break up the attack. In other League B action, Guyana currently lead Puerto Rico by 2-1 after 81 minutes. And at least 4 other games to come. Bermuda will take on Belize, Panama will take on Guatemala, El Salvador against Martinique, El Salvador, and then Curacao against the high-flying Soca Warriors from Trinidad and Tobago. Cayman flying high at the moment with this 1-0 lead. And they had to do some defending there. It was good from the captain. Virgin Islands haven't created any chances in the second half, but the fact that they've gone deep into the Cayman half is an improvement from the first half. Long throw into the area. Heads go up. And Cayman able to clear. Throw again to the US Virgin Islands. Looking to create some pressure. Well, they give it away. Christopher Nunes adding some pressure of his own. And Castle Green is forced to play it out. Here the Virgin Islands go again, using their speed, and again the captain is there. Strong defending from Challery. Actually hit the post of the corner flag, and it will be out for a corner. Towards the near post. Can't beat the first defender. Seymour. Nice turn there. And again, the captain, he's been called upon more in the second half than the entire first half, and plays an exquisite ball. Chance in the area, and that pass was not the best from Ramirez. And then he commits a foul. What a cross-field pass that was from Joshua Frederick Charlery, the captain, to find Ramirez in space. And unfortunately, from Ramirez's perspective, his pass wasn't of the same quality. Look at him here, lots of space on the right-hand side. Just needed to play it in front of Nunes, and instead it went behind and gave the defenders a chance to clear.
Hello, hello, hello.
Difficult pass there from Gray. Asking too much of the captain, and they turn it over. Virgin Islands looking to apply pressure. Play broken up from Bonilla. Wide to Ramirez. Nice to Scott. Scott looking to free Nunes. Nunes does well! Nunes scores! Christopher Nunes has threatened for the entire 56 minutes of this match, and finally, he provides a clinical touch to double the Cayman Islands lead. He scored against Aruba a month ago, and now he scores again. Well-deserved, Christopher Nunes. And Zachary Scott picks up his second assist. Look at that strength from Nunes. And just poked it between the legs of Dylan Ramos. And the Cayman Islands are heading towards 4 points in this group. 2-0 in the 57th minute. Nunes, the second of the season.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Will that knock the sails out of the visitors? They have looked a lot more energetic in the second half, but then that goal really will set them back further.
U.S. Virgin Islands 0.
Cayman Islands have always enjoyed this fixture. That's a
Goal scored in the
wild shot
57th
coming in from
minute.
Joseph. Nowhere near the target, and it will be a goal kick. Here goes Nunes again. Great work by him. And Seymour was looking to get in. It actually came off him in the end, and it will be a goal kick. Great energy, though, from Christopher Nunes. And almost freed Seymour, who would have been looking for a brace. Here they go again, down the side with Zachary Scott. And they'll win a corner, the Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands have looked good with Zachary Scott in the middle of the park. Very creative, number 10, very comfortable on the ball. And definitely can pick a pass. Seymour with the corner into the area. Not many red shirts in the box. And they're outnumbered. And the US Virgin Islands get it clear. Long throw. Comes to Scott yet again. Scott across the area. Dangerous ball. But this time the handling from Dylan Ramos was excellent. Players down for Cayman is Elijah Seymour. This was a ball put into the area. Seymour is the one attacking it. And I'm not sure what happened there. There was some contact. I'm not sure if he just was in the way of goalkeeper Dylan Ramos. Long searching pass, but it hangs in the wind, and again the Cayman captain with a strong header. Into the 63rd minute. The Cayman Islands leading by 2-0. Seymour after 17 and Nunes after 57. And James Mack III, leading goal scorer for the US Virgin Islands, has hardly been involved any at all in the first 60 minutes. He earned his team a corner though. What can happen from this? Good delivery, and Lambert does well. It was towards the back post, but Lambert was strong. And another long pass, that will be a foul. Oh, lovely skill from Scott. Scott with the outside of the boot. Good strike by Scott. But Ramos, not an easy goalkeeper to beat. His handling has been pretty good, Ramos, and this was another example. Impressive the way Scott was trying to bend that into the far corner with the outside of the right boot. That's a difficult technique, and he did it well, but Ramos was equal to the task. There is Zachary Scott. Didn't play in the first match between these two teams. The number 10, 25 years of age, Just his 4th appearance. 2 assists to him in this game alone. Lambert with it. Wants his players to get forward so he can clear. Here is Seymour. Nice build up. Nunes, and again does win the free kick, Nunes, but the first touch just taking the ball a bit too far away from him. Just needs to tidy up that first touch as Nunes, but his work rate and his runs are top draw. Substitution for the Cayman Islands. Trey Banks coming in. Certainly a crowd favorite. Ramirez, the number 16, is taken off. Alexander Clark Ramirez was playing mostly down the right-hand side of the attack. Trey Banks, 23 years of age, they're number 11. Plays his football in Romania, does Banks. His 10th appearance for the national team. Nunes, this time the first touch is good, looks to playing the ball to his teammate. Chance here for Cayman on the edge of the area. Zachary Scott twisting and turning. And forced back then that long left-footed attempt and way over the bar from Bonilla. This is a long pass of their own, finding Roth. Roth fighting and bustling hard with not much help. Nice pass, looking for Roth. Well, turned over inside the 18-yard area. Strong challenge. And referee Encarnacion says no.
Number 11, Trey Banks. Substitution made in the 65th minute.
Look at this incident here. James Mack turning in. Referee said Alexander played the ball initially. No foul given. That would have been a lifeline for the US Virgin Islands, who really have been second best for all of this game. Here they go on the right-hand side, trying to get it in. And it will be a goal kick. Well, lots of tugging, shirt tugging there, and the card will come out, and Castle Green will go into the book. So obvious that he was heavily tugging the shirt of the substitute Banks. Look at that, and the pants, the shorts as well. Will be a free kick.
To the US Virgin Islands, number 16,
second booking of the game. One for either team.
Yellow card issued in the 69th minute.
Zachary Scott into the area. Can't find a red shirt. And that would be easy for goalkeeper Ramos. And that was dangerous. And lucky to get away with it was Marceline. And the second and final cooling break taken from referee Encarnacion of the Dominican Republic. 2 goals for the Cayman Islands, 1 in each half. Elijah Seymour, after 17 minutes, this moment, played in from Zachary Scott and bending this one nicely beyond Dylan Ramos for his first of this season. And then in the second half, a nice build-up yet again. Scott with a beautifully weighted pass, and the strength from Christopher Nunes was brilliant. And his toe poke between the legs of Dylan Ramos was clinical. 2-0 Cayman, and a deserved lead as well. They continue their dominance over the US Virgin Islands, who have never defeated them in international football. The Cayman Islands 1-0 and 2-0 victors in 2019, the 5th of September, and then on the 16th of November. Had to wait another 4 years before their next encounter, which was on the 7th of September of this year. A 2-2 draw that the US Virgin Islands actually led up to a point. And then this one, as we see yet another substitution. James Mack III is brought off, is taken off, and on comes Rakeem Joseph, their number 9. So their leading goal scorer taken off. They need goals, the US Virgin Islands. A loss today, and that will be the end of their chance to progress from Group B and League C. Only the top team of this 3-team group will advance.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Aruba currently on top of the group with 6 points from 2 games.
For the US Virgin Islands in the 72nd minute.
Here goes Seymour, lovely skill. And will win his team a corner.
Number 16.
He's had a good showing today, Elijah Seymour. Scored a goal, and he's played on both flags with great success.
Number 6.
Skillful
Samir
player,
Iris,
quick as well.
Also being seconded.
And obviously has
Number 10.
really good chemistry with Zachary Scott and Christopher Nunes. Here he is from the corner flag. That corner is the best from the Cayman number 7.
Also being substituted, number 10, James Mack III. Entering the game, number 9, Rakeem Joseph.
Inside to Scott. Scott to Seymour. Nice build-up play here. Scott! And Ramos is behind it. That was really nice 1-2 passing from the Cayman Islands. Attractive football in this second half. Bonilla over the top. Does get there first, and then there's a tackle, a challenge outside the area. It's on Alexander, and the card is yellow. Certainly turned on the afterburners, did Jadane Alexander. Explosive speed on that left side. At first it looked as if Dylan Ramos would have got there with time to spear, but no. And just outside of the area, luckily for Ramos. This was a chance just before. Look at that link-up play. Senior, Nunes, Seymour, Nunes, and Scott, the three players that we spoke about. Really good synergy between those, and nearly creating the third goal for the Cayman Islands.
Yellow card issued in the 75th minute.
Free kick in a dangerous position towards the near post. That was not a good delivery from Barry Tibbetts. Low to the near post, but there was lots of protection there for the US Virgin Islands. They have a corner though, Cayman. Zachary Scott can't beat the first defender. Comes out, the shot is just off target. Pace behind it from Bonilla, but not the accuracy. Confirmation of the goal scorer, Seymour and Nunes. 17th and 57th minute, respectively. Virgin Islands looking to get forward. And they will have a throw. Can they get back in this one, the US Virgin Islands? So Mary Harris trying to put the ball in the area, but isn't successful. Crowded out. And now the clearance. Vanilla. Out to Nunes. Cayman slowing it down. And Virgin Islands a chance to come forward. Well, that was quite ambitious from some 40 yards out. From Rakeem Joseph, one of the substitutes. Nice pass, finds Zachary Scott. Scott over the top, that's a beautiful pass, and the touch is brilliant. Treaty Banks showing the skills and then committing the foul. What a pass that was from Zachary Scott, and then this touch. Excellent. Step overs. Those are clearing foot as well. Luckily it didn't make contact. And then a strong challenge. Well, Elijah Seymour is coming off. Scored a goal in the 17th minute.
Substitution made for the game.
And Zachary Scott is coming off as well.
Coming out,
Two
number
brilliant
10.
games for their number 7 and number 10 respectively. And they'll be given a chance to rest. On comes Romario Dixon and Rashad Powry. 19 years of age, Rashad Powry. Plays his football in Jamaica with Mount Pleasant Academy.
Entering the game number 14.
And Romario Dixon comes on as well. Plays for 345 SC in the Cayman Islands.
In the 80th minute.
Confirmation of the change, Dixon for senior. Dixon, 27 years of age. Just his third appearance at this level. Not a bad delivery. And Cayman able to get it away. Just about 9 minutes to go. And this will be a big 3 points for the Cayman Islands if they complete the victory. It will move them up to to 4 points and 2 shy of Aruba, who lead the group with 6. A defeat here for the Virgin Islands will basically end their chances of winning Group B, and by default their chances of qualifying for League B next season. Other updates coming in. Guyana have completed victory against Puerto Rico in League B Group D action. They defeated Puerto Rico by 3-1. And Antigua and Barbuda and Bahamas played to a 2-2 draw, also in League B Group D, as we see yet another card being produced from referee Encarnacion. And Jet Blashka is the latest man in the book. To remember, he did get sent off in their first encounter back in September for picking up 2 yellow cards. Missed the game against Aruba because of that. Chance into the area. Nice ball put in. What a save from Lambert. Nice build-up play this time by the USPI. Raheem Joseph with the strike. And it was a strong left-footed attempt as well. But Lashley Lambert was equal to it. There it is. Well done by Lambert. Good spring. And pushed it around his post. Good movement by Joseph. A goal now for the Virgin Islands, and it will make these last 7 minutes or so very tense for the Cayman Islands. Here's a corner. Heads go up, and it's into the back of the net. The US Virgin Islands have pulled one back, or have they? There was a whistle from the referee. And I think he was just trying to tell the Cayman Islands players not to keep the ball away. The US Virgin Islands are on the score sheet, and it is that man again, Raheem Joseph, off the bench and finding an important goal here. And just as we said, this would be a great time to score for the US Virgin Islands. They do so 84th minute strike for the USVI's number 9. At this point, it would be hard to imagine them scoring 3 goals, the US Virgin Islands, but a draw won't be good enough for either of these teams. A win is a must for any team trying to advance. Unnecessary from Nunes.
Goal scored for the U.S. Virgin Islands. Goal scored by number 9, Raheem Joseph. Goal scored in the 84th minute.
Trying to go around there. As a substitute, Trey Ebanks. Nunes also picks up a yellow card. Quite a few shown now in this second half.
Number 9 of the Cayman Islands,
5 players now in the book overall.
Yellow card issued in the 85th minute.
It was Raheem Joseph's first goal at the senior level.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This just is
pleasure to announce that we have had a crowd of 647 people
ninth
tonight at the stadium
appearance.
for this Concacaf Nations League match.
4 minutes to go. Nice ball. Here's Nunes with a good run again, looking for his teammate. Oh, lovely skill from Nunes. Nunes, nice pass as well to Powery with a pass. The other, well, that shot was blocked. Dixon was trying to get it away. And the US Virgin Islands able to try and chart a counter-attack of their own, but they don't do so. Cayman driving forward yet again. Tibbetts with that one. It was quite obvious what he wanted to do, and the US Virgin Islands defense line aware of the danger. Good tackle. Here goes Dixon. Dixon trying to use his strength. Well, Dixon with both feet on the ball. And I think the whistle will actually go against him, Dixon. And a bit of pushing going on as well, as a referee had to get in the mix.
Substitution for the Cayman Islands. Coming up, number 9, Christopher Nunes.
So substitutions going on. One for either team. Anthony Nelson from the Cayman Islands getting ready to go on.
US Virgin Islands coming out, number 17.
Word is that Christopher Nunes
Being replaced by number
might have
20,
scored the winner. Christopher Nunes, he's going off. 57th minute strike, second of the season for the Cayman number 9. And there is Anthony Nelson, who plays his football for Sunset Football Club in the Cayman Islands. US Virgin Islands making a change of their own. Jair White coming on. They're number 20.
Substitutions were made in the 87th minute.
Lionel Brown, their number 17, going off. The US Virgin Islands. And Dylan Ramos just really appreciate the challenge there. And the substitute just coming on is in the book already. Anthony Nelson.
Yellow card has been issued to Cayman's number 18, Anthony Nelson. The fourth official has just indicated there will be a minimum
Definitely
of 5 additional minutes
an unnecessary
to be played.
challenge.
5 additional minutes to
Word
be
coming
played.
is 5 minutes of additional time to be played. Enough time for the US Virgin Islands, who have gained a little momentum from getting back that goal in the 84th minute. Can they salvage a draw, as they did a little over a month ago? Long throw into the area. The heads go up. And Cayman will have a free kick. And, well, another yellow card comes out. And referee Encarnacion is not having any of it.
Yellow card
Let's
has
see
been
what
issued to
oh,
US Virgin
that was
Islands.
a reckless
Number
challenge there
9,
from Joseph, just
Raheem
swinging his
Jordan.
left foot
Yellow card issued in the 91st minute.
into the mid-range. And he goes into the book, the goal scorer, Raheem Joseph. Seven yellow cards now shown. 4 to the US Virgin Islands, 3 to the Cayman Islands. And Joseph, the latest in the referee's book. Just about 3.5 minutes to go. And the Cayman Islands still lead at home by 2 goals to 1. The Truman Bodden Sports Complex are about to witness their first victory of the season. If their home team can hold on for 2.5 minutes more, or just about 3 minutes. They will have a free kick. And if you're really to analyze the full 90 plus minutes, you'd have to say that Cayman have certainly been the better team. Should probably have scored more goals and definitely played the more attractive football, created a lot of chances. And as I said, maybe should have put the game to bed already, and instead have given the US Virgin Islands a bit of a sniff. He has been excellent, the captain. Very hard to get around. He's been strong in the air. Here is Banks. Finds Tibbetts. And well, long range attempt from Jordan Bonilla. And badly skewed, tired kick from the Cayman number 8. Ball still hanging in the breeze as Powery intercepts the teenager. Now Dixon. That's a poor pass from Dixon. Gives it away. Not what the Cayman Islands need. They just need to keep the ball and run the clock. US Virgin Islands need to get forward. Not a bad looking pass. Here's Joseph. And they will have a throw. Joshua Ramos. And it's been very obvious that since the big 3, you would like to say, for Cayman have been taken off, they haven't looked the same. Here's the US Virgin Islands driving forward. And you're talking about, oh, that's a bad challenge, and that will be a free kick. Pori, ill-time, he knew right away, didn't he? Yeah, quick feed from Joshua Ramos. And now a free kick in a dangerous position, probably the last chance for the US Virgin Islands. Still is some way out. But yeah, we're saying since Seymour, Scott, and Nunes have come off, the three causing majority of the problems for the US Virgin Islands. The Cayman haven't had the same punch up front. Now they have to do some defending. Will this be a long-range strike from Roger Joseph? Joseph towards the back post. Can't beat the defense line. And it's cleared. The Cayman Islands have done it. They have come home, and yet again, they have conquered the US Virgin Islands. The third time in 4 meetings between these two teams that the Cayman Islands have tasted victory. 2-1 on the back of Elijah Seymour 17th minute strike and a Christopher Nunes winner. Raheem Joseph got a consolation, but at the end of it all, the hosts come away with a big 3 points. They move to 4 in the table, 2 behind Aruba, the group leaders. And at the Truman Bodden Sports Complex in Georgetown, Cayman, it is Cayman 2, the US Virgin Islands 1.
You can catch the highlights on Concacaf social media and also YouTube channel. Again, Cayman Islands, give it up for your Cayman Islands.
So the full match highlights. The Cayman Islands in their red with blue trim. The US Virgin Islands in their yellow with white trim. And from the start, the hosts applied the pressure. Christopher Nunes, great work rate today. Cut onto the left foot. And that was on target, heading towards the 5-far triangle. And Dylan Ramos was up to the task to push away. Had a decent game, even though he couldn't stop this attempt, this strike from Elijah Seymour. The first at this level for the 24-year-old. And after 17 minutes, the home team was ahead. Zachary Scott with the assist. Just sorted out his feet well, Elijah Seymour, and then applied the finish. Nunes was in the thick of things for all of the game, provided that attempt for Alexander. But Ramos was there to make himself big and get it away. Then Zachary Scott, an attempt of his own, was heading in at the near post, and Ramos got down well to push that away. That was the action in the first half. The second half continued the same. Zachary Scott, an assist yet again, and Christopher Nunes, a nuisance to the back line of the US Virgin Islands. Nunes with his second of the season. And look at this toe poke through the legs of Dylan Ramos, who really could do nothing more. It was 2-0 to the Cayman Islands at that point. An outside of the right foot attempt from Zachary Scott. Really good technician, the number 10 for Cayman. And then had this chance where he tried to bend in with his left foot, was too central with the strike and made it easy for Ramos. The US Virgin Islands came into it slowly but surely. And they would get a consolation from that man. Not on that strike, but on this one. Tried with the foot. Did better with the header, thumping into the back of the net. His first of the season was Raheem Joseph, 84th minute strike, but it wasn't good enough. Cayman Islands with a big 3 points. The statistics look like this: 4 on target from 15 attempts for the Cayman Islands. They were clinical. Just a 1 shot on target for the US Virgin Islands. Some 7 yellow cards shown by referee Encarnacion, including Bonilla, Nunes, Nelson, Joseph, Green, Blaszka, and Ramos. But at the end of it all, the Cayman Islands get the 3 points at home. They defeat the US Virgin Islands by 2-1 after 90 minutes here in Georgetown, Cayman. League C Group B action in the 2023 Concacaf Nations League is bye for now.